iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is time for your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder 358 Modifieds and Big Block Modifieds. First up on the program is your 358, thanks to Top Notch Truck. Of course, we'll have the Big Block Modifieds. Again, that is now sponsored by RSN Trackside. We'll have more on that later on, but right now, we have a field of 23 drivers signing into the virtual pit area. 3 heat races on the program for tonight, followed by a warm-up session will be 3 minutes long, and then a 30-lap main event. We're just waiting for race control to give us a signal to go into the first heat race of the night. And again, we welcome you to the newest track we have here on the racing.com service, Kern County Raceway, for what is Thursday Night Thunder Fall Season Week number 9. We look forward to having your company here for tonight. And again, don't forget, after the Big Block Modified to NASCAR Next Gen Cup Cars, they will make their return. I'll just find out what track they're at. You would have thought that I would have done the research, but I believe that Travis Piercefield is going to have that call. And if we look at the schedule, again, you can find the schedule on c2crl.com. And tonight, they are headed to Martinsville. Well, it's time we go racing here for heat race number 1. Here at the Kern County Raceway Park, let's take a look at your starting lineup. Lining up on the pole position, it'll be the 5 car of Isaac Sellis to the outside of the front row. The 56 of Randy Shreves will start from position number 2. From position number 3 in car number 11, it's Kelly Wheeler to the outside. From position number 4, the Team RWE number 7 machine, Bob DeGood. We go back to your 5th starter in car number 31, driving the dirt track bank entry. That is Brandon Templeton to the outside. The Fast Eddie 63, Joseph Musso lines up from position number 6. And we go back to your 4th and final row inside in car number 4. Scott Ramey will line up out of position number 7. And to the outside from position number 8, driving car number 93 for Venom Racing. That is Jason Butterfield. The field is set here at Kern County Raceway for heat race number 1. Winner of this one, of course, will start on pole of tonight's 30-lap main events. So we will send them around 2 tyres behind the iRacing.com pace truck. Safety car, I should say. The Steve King Foundation safety car also. Safety car turns right back into the pits. And the initial start will, of course, be on iRacing green. So Barney, the iRacing flagman, has command of the field as they work down the back straightaway. Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, fall season, week number 9, top-notch trucking, 358 modifieds. We get set to go racing off turn number 4 here at the Kern County Raceway. We are green. Isaac Salas gets to the jump down into turn number 1. Kelly Wheeler up the inside of Randy Shrees. They work down the back straightaway. 8 laps of distance here at the Kern County Raceway Park. Wheel up to the inside, up to position number 2. Isaac Salas will lead the opening lap, but here comes Randy Shrees back to the outside of Will as they work down through the first and second turn, down the back straightaway. Bob DeGood, Brandon Templeton, those two drivers going side by side. Musso, Butterfield working the top side. Scott Miami back there in the final spot on the racetrack. But right now, battle on screen still happening. For that second and third spot, Randy Shrees has got the runner-up position. He works down into turn number 3. Back to the inside goes Wheeler. Couldn't get that 11 car up to the inside of the 56. Now, boy, Bob DeGood got Brandon Templeton all over him like a rush through turn number 1 and 2. Well, Templeton in that 31 car. He's got some work to do. He uses a cut down line off turn number 4. Down to the inside. Bob DeGood still has position number 4. Templeton still working to the inside of the raceway. Meanwhile, Kelly Wheeler still trying to work over Randy Shrees. 5 down at the start-finish line for the 5 machine of Isaac Salas. 3 laps left to run here in the opening heat race of the night, the 358 modified division, thanks to top-notch trucking. For your Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder fall season, week number 9. Salas with a couple of laps left to run. Oh, look out, DeGood, Templeton. Templeton goes upside down. DeGood into the wall. He'll go upside down as well. Of course, we will stay green. No yellows in heat racing competition as we come to the white flag. 1 lap left to run. Templeton back to the pits, as is DeGood, I believe. Yes, both drivers will come home in 7th and 8th position, but working down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. About to come off turn number 4. Isaac Salas from the pole position gets the job done. He will take out heat race number 1. Take a look at your full field rundown here from Kern County Raceway for heat race number 1, the top-notch trucking 358 modified. Heat 1 results coming up on screen. And it's going to be Isaac Salas getting the win over Randy Shrees home in 2nd. Kelly Wheeler 3rd. Joseph Moose out 4. Scott Ramey rounds out your top 5. Jason Butterfield home in 6. Bob DeGood, Brandon Templeton will find themselves finishing in positions number 7 and 8. Heat number 2, they will line up like this on the pole position with the 32 car of Anthony Morano. To the outside of the front row, the 99 machine of Gavin Chatham from position number 2. Position number 3 will be the 27 car of Sean Green. Alex Pomelo in the 397. He'll start from position number 4. Position number 5 with the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. To the outside from 6, it's the 28 of Jeff Sharp. And your final 2 starters, William Richardson in car number 29 will start from position number 7, and Brian Lawson in car number 9 lining up at a position number 8. Anthony Morano did not make the call, so that'll put the 27 car of Sean Green on the front row. So if Morano does happen to make his way back into the server, he will actually start from position number 23 in tonight's main event. Heat number 2, top-notch trucking, 358 modifieds, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, fall season, week number 9, here at the Kern County Raceway. We are green. In Chatham got an absolute blinder of a start there from the outside of the front row. Dean Reynolds up the inside of Alex Pomelo for the 3rd and 4th position. Reynolds trying to make his way up into a top 3, get a better starting spot in tonight's 30-lap main event. Oh boy, bit of contact there with Reynolds and Pomelo. They both keep it going. Pomelo, that car getting a little tight there. Right through the centre of turn number 1 and 2. That allows Jeff Sharp to sneak on by up to position number 4. Relegating the 397 to Pomelo back to position number 5. And now here comes Lawson trying to make a move. Well, it does make a move, but gets into the back of the 397 machine of Alex Pomelo. Poor William Richardson, car number 29, got the worst end of that one. Top four broken away from 5th, 6th and 7th position right now. Gavin Chatham still leads from Sean Green, Dean Reynolds and Jeff Sharp. You're watching Dean Reynolds on screen. Driving that Full Throttle Motorsports Subaru Car Series King Race Designs number 79 machine. Cross flag sticks are out halfway home here in heat race number 2 for the 99 of Gavin Chatham, leading the way over Sean Green in the 27 machine. Reynolds, Sharp again, 4-car breakaway from 5th position. I'm back with just Alex Pomelo, who's got his hands full right now with Brian Lawson. Top 4 haven't really not doing much at the moment. They're just sort of staying in line. It's almost like a little bit of a hot lap session for these drivers. Hopefully the racing line is really starting to slick up later on. Did get a track reset for the first heat race of the night. Should carry over. It should be a good night of racing here from the Kern County Raceway Park. Gavin Chatham from the outside of the front row. He took the lead going down into turn number 1 on the opening lap, but has not looked back since. He has got 2 left-hand turns to go into turn number 3. About to come off turn number 4. Your heat race number 2 when it comes from the outside of the front row. Gavin Chatham will take the checkers here at the Kern County Raceway. Of course, that will conclude heat race number 2. Let's take a look at your official results coming up on screen. Here it is. Gavin Chatham gets the win. Sean Green, Dean Reynolds to make up your top 3. Jeff Sharp, Alex Pomelo will come home 4th and 5th position. Brian Lawson, William Richardson, the 7 cars to contest heat race number 2. Anthony Morano, unfortunately, did not make the call after he was scheduled to line up on the pole position. Third and final heat race of the night, we'll see them line up like this. The 20 machine of Blake Chapman to the pole position. Dylan Kinsey in car number 83 from position number 2. From position number 3 with the 96 car of Chris Alvey to the outside. The 513 Jeffrey Barker lines up at a position number 4. The 39 Training Wheels Racing entry of Patrick Spangler will line up at a position number 5. And Michael Vecchio, the 007 machine from position number 6. And piloting the 18 car of Logan Wentz lines up from position number 7. Third and final heat race of your top-notch trucking 358 modified. Here at Kern County Raceway. Who will start position number 3? We've seen the heat race winners. The first 2 heat race winners come from the first and second starting spot on the front row. What will it be like in heat race number 3? Only time will tell. Can Jeff Parker get the job done from that second row? But I'll tell you what, Dylan Kinsey has got other ideas about that one, and as does Blake Chapman. Chapman tries to come back at him now in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. You race for the lead down the front straight away. Dylan Kinsey will lead the opening lap. Here comes Chapman now to the inside, side by side for an entire lap. But Dylan Kinsey has got clear of the 20 machine of Blake Chapman. Chapman now slides it up to the middle of the raceway. Jeffrey Barker watching these 2 drivers go nose to tail down into turn number 1 and 2, although Blake Chapman went down to the inside trying to get the run, and they're on the 83 machine as they work into turn number 3. Kinsey, Chapman and Barker, you're breaking away. Top 3 from Patrick Spangler, Chris Alvey, Logan Wentz, Michael Vecchio. Vecchio and Wentz having a good battle, but again, the battle is on, and once again, down the back straight away, Dylan Kinsey and Blake Chapman, the battle is on for the race lead. Barker again probably got the best seat in the house to watch these 2 guys go at it. 4 down, 4 to run. Oh, Kinsey makes a mistake. Chapman, the door was opened up. It was ajar, and he almost kicked the door down to take over the race lead. But Dylan Kinsey, he found a way back by the 20 machine as they worked down the front straight away to put another lap into the books here at the Kern County Raceway. Kinsey and Chapman still side by side through turn number 1 and 2, but it's the exit speed that the 83 machine of Dylan Kinsey has got. He's got to be careful in 3 and 4. He does not want to leave that door open for Blake Chapman because Blake Chapman will certainly take it. But again, these 2 drivers from the front row, from positions number 1 and 2, who's going to get the best of this one? Coming to the white flag, 1 lap left to go. Dylan Kinsey is 4 turns away from starting position number 3. But here comes Chapman down to the inside as they work it through turn number 1 and 2. Into 3 and 4 for the final time check, and flag is out. Dylan Kinsey gonna hold on. Dylan Kinsey will hold on to a heat race victory here at the Kern County Raceway. Let's take a look at your official results coming up. Heat race number 3. Dylan Kinsey gets the win over Blake Chapman, Jeffrey Barker, Patrick Spengler, Chris Alvey, your top 5. Michael Vecchio and Logan Wentz will be your 7 drivers. Warm-up session is upon us, which means we'll take this opportunity to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Come back with your 30-lap main event, top-notch trucking, 358 modifieds from Kern County Raceway.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is now time for the main event of the top-notch trucking 358 modifieds here from the Kern County Raceway. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set to take a look at your starting lineup. On the pole position with a 5-car of Isaac Salas. To the outside of the front row, Gavin Chatham from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 83 car of Dylan Kinsey. From 4, the 56 of Randy Shrees. From 5, the 27 of Sean Green. From 6, the 20 of Blake Chapman. From 7, the 11 of Kelly Wheeler. From 8, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. From 9, the 513 of Jeffrey Barker. From 10, the 63 of Joseph Musso. From 11, the 28 of Jeff Sharp. From 12, the 39 of Patrick Spangler. From 13, the 4 of Scott Ramey. From 14, the 397 of Alex Pomelo. From 15, the 96 of Chris Alvey. From 16, the 93 of Jason Butterfield. From 17, the 9 of Brian Lawson. From 18, the 007 of Michael Vecchio. From 19, the 7 of Bob DeGood. From 20, the 79, the 29 of William Richardson. From 21, the 18 of Logan Wentz. From 22, the 31 of Brandon Templeton. And from 23, the 32 of Anthony Morano. So get the Wonder Green signal right now. Safety car is off. We are ready for a start. Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, fall season, week number 9, live from the Kern County Raceway, live here on Ultimate TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, top-notch trucking, 358 modifieds. Let's get dirty for 30s. We go green flag to Salas and Chatham with an even launch down the front straight away. Who's going to have the better of that first and second turn? Salas has got it by half a car length. Salas looking to slide up Chatham, almost trying to go around the outside, but Isaac Salas will lead the opening lap. Randy Shrees finds himself running inside the top 3 at the moment, but Dylan Kinsey now has got better plans of that one, as does Blake Chapman. Chapman and Kinsey side by side, much like to what they did there in that third and final heat race earlier on the night. That's Kinsey and Chapman once again. Now Dean Reynolds has got Sean Green to the inside, 3 wide in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. It was Blake Chapman who backed out. Probably a smart move, knowing that we're only 2 down. We're still 28, make it 27 to go. Chapman and Shreem side by side for the final spot on the podium as we continue to put laps in here at the Kern County Raceway. Upstairs goes the 56 machine of Randy Shrees, almost 3 wide again. Blake Chapman can only do and only watch, and we're asked to back out of it to not force the issue. 3 wide here in the early stages of this main event. We're about to complete lap number 5, still 25 to go. Isaac Salas, your race leader. Pomelo around in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. We are yellow. We'll take a look at the instant replay here of the 397 machine. Ooh, Kelly Wheeler just gets into the back of him. Really lucky that no one else got in there. Car just catching the rear bumper. Let's take a look on board right now. There it is, right there, just a little contact. Take a look at how close you can get. There you go. Again, this is on board Kelly Wheeler right now. Keep it on that 397 machine. Right there was that initial contact, and unfortunately sending Pomelo around. I think Wheeler claiming that caution. Salas is choosing the outside of the front row. Coming back to green, off turn number 4. Green flag is out, we're back underway. Salas got a good jump. Over Gavin Chatham in second spot, and Dylan Kinsey third. Now here comes Dean Reynolds, now going to find his way quickly up to position number 4. Randy Shrees stuck on the inside line, and he's going to lose a few positions at least, but the yellow is out. Probably saving grace there for the 56 car of Randy Shrees, because now he's going to get those spots back. And well, wouldn't you know it, he's actually going to restart on the outside line now. Caution is out on the raceway, second time in tonight's main event. So don't forget, we've still got your 358 modifieds on the racetrack. We've still got your big block modifieds still to come. Of course, presented by RSN Trackside. Again, we'll have a little bit of information or a couple of things to say about RSN Trackside. We thank those guys for coming on board for the remainder of the season for the big block modifieds. Getting the field doubles up here in the top-notch trucking 358 modified division. Salas on the outside of the front row. Leader has lane choice. He's opted for the outside of the front row. We go back to green. Off turn number 4, and Isaac Salas will once again lead the field down the front straight. This time Randy Shrees got a lot better of a start. And now this time it's going to be Dean Reynolds in the 79 car. Although we found a way to get to the top side, he just had to wait for Blake Chapman to go on by. Spain was really going around, but he managed to save it. Kinsey goes down to the inside. Here comes Randy Shrees with a run off turn number 2 to the outside. Side by side down into the third turn. who will have it off turn number 4. Dylan Kinsey's got to play hard for Carly. Kinsey looking to slide up, but not all the way. He still leaves the lane on the outside for the 56 car. Brady Shrees to sweep around the outside, and now he's got to be careful. He's Dylan Kinsey, because if he lets one go by, he may just let 2, even 3 go by in Blake Chapman and Dean Reynolds. So he's got to be very careful on that one. Does the 83 car of Dylan Kinsey. Shrees has found his way back up to a podium position. Now again, Chapman and Kinsey, they're going to continue their battle on from what we've seen in heat race number 3. This time, Kinsey going to get up now. Chapman, he thought about going back underneath down the back straightaway. Thought better of it at the moment. A lot of the racing line here at the Kern County Raceway in the 358 modified division is up on the top side of the racetrack. Although Blake Chapman trying to make a lorry, but he made a good run down in the middle of turn number 1 and 2 to the low side. We are yellow. What's going on, mini stock? So yellow is out in what will be 12 down. $18 to run. Again, the randomized heat races gave, of course, Isaac Salas the pole position in heat race number 1. He was able to get the job done. Start on pole of tonight's 30-lap main event. Demel has not had any real competition so far other than the first initial start, where it was him and Gavin Chatham. But once he's got clear, he's really been the class of the field so far. Will that change? Well, you know what? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Single file restarts here at the Kern County Raceway. Back to green goes Isaac Salas. Chatham, Shrees again, still the podium. Chapman again down to the inside, down into turn number 1 and 2 there on Dylan Kinsey. But much like what we've seen in the remainder of, or what we've seen in heat race number 3, where Dylan Kinsey was able to hold off Blake Chapman, he's done so once again. Dean Reynolds now trying to get around the 20 car of Chapman as they work down the back straightaway. We're a lap away from half race distance, so 14 down, 16 remaining. Yes, you guessed it right. Next time by is officially halfway home, and Dean Reynolds now going to quickly move into the top 5. Although, I'll tell you what, Blake Chapman doesn't want to give it up, but he will have to give it up as he's not so much forced as a choice to go down there, hoping that the bottom side is going to come back in, but I think it's all upstairs. All around the Kern County Raceway, you see Kinsey running the slider line down into turn number 1 and 2. 4/10 of a second, nearly half a second lead for Isaac Salas. Although Randy Shreens, tell you what, he was closing in the middle of 3 and 4 there on Gavin Chatham in the 99 machine. They're going to say Chatham, he looks a little quicker at the moment. He was actually the quickest car on the racetrack. Quickest lap time last time by was Gavin Chatham with a 14.908 at about half a second over Isaac Salas, half a tenth. And he pretty much just give that half a tenth up because Salas went up on the wheel. He's gone, you know what, that's okay, I'll turn a 14.879. Chapman still trying to work that inside line through turn number 1 and 2. Boy, I tell you what, Salas and Chatham, they are going back and forth, toe to toe, with who is the quickest on the racetrack. 1 lap at Chatham, 1 lap at Salas. Now 2 in a row. 3 out of the last 4 laps have been the quickest of Gavin Chatham in the 99 machine. Can he close in? Yeah, it's one thing to close in, but he's got to make that pass successfully and do it clean. 20 down at the line. We are yellow. We are yellow with now 10 to run here at the Kern County Raceway. Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. Top-notch trucking 358 modified. Don't forget we'll have the RSN trackside big block modifieds to come, and then of course to finish up the night with The Coast to Coast Racing Network will be the NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars. They travel to Martinsville. Safety car is off. Ten to run. Who will take out tonight's Top Notch Trucking 358 Modified Division? Here at the Kern County Raceway. Let's wait and find out. 10 to go. Oh, Reynolds, Kinsey and Chapman, they were nearly 3 wide off turn number 2. Kinsey to the top side. Reynolds goes down to the inside. The left front catching the inside berm. Chatham still, it was nearly a tenth quicker than Isaac Celeste on the previous lap. So Gavin Chatham, he's still got some pace in that 99 machine, although that 10th that he just gained, he lost 2/10 of a second just there on the previous lap. Kinsey and Reynolds go side by side. Chatham has gone down to the inside into turn number 3 and 4. Try to make it work, does the 99 of Chatham, as does the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds looking to slide up to the middle of the racetrack. Kinsey back to the outside. They drag race down the back straight away. 3 purple machines all running 4th, 5th and 6th position. Who's got the most purple? The 79 car does. Who's going to get the better of the 3 cars? Reynolds slides up. Kinsey turns it back underneath him. Probably the line that maybe Dean Reynolds wants. Coming to 5 to run Isaac Salas. Well, off into the sunset he goes. Nearly a second lead. And now Dean Reynolds closing in right now on the 79 car. Although he got a little looser on the exit of turn number 2. Again opens up the door for not only the inside of the 83 machine, but also if he's not careful, he could leave that door open on the outside for the 20 car Blake Chapman, who was really trying to make it work upstairs. Coming to 3 to run here at the Kern County Raceway. Thursday Night Thunder Fall Season Week number 9, Gambler Motorsports. And with just 3 laps to go, Salas continuing to lead the way right now. 3rd, 4th and 5th on screen. Back up front, there's your race leader in the 5 car, the 99 of Chatham. He's the runner-up, but I'm going to say he's closing in once again, but it could just be too little too late. Shrees mistake into 1 and 2. Reynolds is there with him now as they work into 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. Chatham really making a run for it for the race. Lindsay work down into turn number 1 and 2. The white flag is out. 1 lap left to go for the 5 machine of Isaac Salas into turn number 3 and 4. The Top Notch Shocking 358 modified main event win goes to Isaac Salas. 2nd, Gavin Chatham. 3rd is going to be Randy Shrees. Oh boy, that got real close there between Shrees and Reynolds. And what a way to wrap up the feature race, the Top Notch Shocking 358 modified. Let's take a look at your official results. Isaac Salas gets the win over Gavin Chatham in 2nd spot. Randy Shrees in 3rd position. 4th will go to Dean Reynolds. 5th is going to be Dylan Kinsey. Blake Chapman 6th. Sean Green. Patrick Spangler. Brandon Templeton. Anthony Morano from 23rd up to position number 10. Probably a hard charger. And then we go over the page. We take 11th on to 20th, and we take a look at that one. That's going to be Joseph Musso in 11th, Jeff Sharp 12th, Scott Rayomi in 13th, Kelly Wheeler 14th, Jeffrey Barker 15th, Brian Lawson 16th, Alex Pomelo 17th, 18th is Michael Vecchio, 19th, Logan Wentz, Chris Alvey 20th, 21st, Bob DeGood, William Richardson 22nd, the last car on the lead lap, the only car that finished, well, not finished, I should say, in 23rd position, 11 laps down. Is that only 3 car of Jason Butterfield. Let's go trackside immediately to chat to your top 3 here at the Kern County Raceway. We'll start with 3rd place. It will be the 56 car of Randy Shrees. And Randy, congratulations on this podium finish. A 3rd place here tonight at the Kern County Raceway Park. And I'm going to say you nearly threw that one away there in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, I started overdriving it a little too much. Thought that I could maybe I don't know, gained a little bit there in the last two laps, but yeah, it definitely almost cost me there. Glad I was able to just hold on for the podium. It was definitely a fun race.
Topside certainly looked the place to be. There was a time where you got stuck there on the bottom side, but thankfully you almost, I think you lost about 3 spots in the space of a lap, but thankfully for you, the yellow came out and you were able to get those spots back. How crucial do you think that was in the long run?
Oh yeah, definitely crucial. Definitely needed to be there on the top. There was just nothing there on the bottom, and I think everybody knew that. So position was key in that race, and just happy to pull that one off. Having FPS issues the whole time, trying to figure some things out. So got a little work to do.
Really well done on third place. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on the 56 machine.
Yeah, definitely want to thank everybody at LGR Motorsports, Alex Bergeron over at ABR Setup Shop, Coulter West at Redline Design Company, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, everybody over at Coast to Coast, you, Brett, for the broadcast. You do awesome every week, and I want to thank everybody for watching.
There we go. Randy Strees home in position number 3. Home in second place, then up with the 99 car of Gavin Chatham. And Gavin, congratulations on this runner of finish. I'm going to say, I thought you had something there for Isaac, but those probably last 8 to 10 laps he showed the class. But you managed to run him back down again. But boy, I tell you what, that was certainly fun.
It was a great race. I was just talking to Isaac about that. We were talking about the start, and I got a good run on coming off of 2, and I just wanted to keep him down just a little bit so he couldn't use the whole racetrack, get that run. And if I got in front of him, I would have felt pretty good about it, or at least we would have been in a good shot. And he definitely drove it in a little deep into 3 and 4 and came up, and we rubbed a little bit, but that's racing. And that's why I told him in the waiting room. I said, "All right, well, it's on, man." So we definitely we felt good. It felt really good tonight in the 358s. It felt good to pressure him and keep him honest the whole entire race. I on that restart, I kept saying to myself, "Try to bottom," and I was making speed, but I didn't think I was making good enough speed. So I felt like I lost a little bit, and I probably should have stuck with the bottom, because right with the last 2 laps to go, I definitely could feel the bottom, and I had a nice rhythm going. We just we ran out of laps. So, but all in all, it's a good race for us. I'll take the second for sure, and congratulations to Isaac on the win, and Randy for 3rd place.
Gavin, well done on the runner-up finish. Before we let you go, we'll let you take everybody involved on this 99 car.
I just want to thank you guys for putting. I want to thank you for putting on an awesome broadcast. I want to thank Coast to Coast Racing, everybody behind the scenes, all the sponsors, all the behind the scenes stuff. Everybody puts on the league and lets us come out here and race. I appreciate it, and we all appreciate it. I want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Miller Time Motorsports, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports. Thank you for all the sponsors and all the support. I want to thank the fans for coming out and supporting this league, and hopefully we'll put on a good show for y'all. And I want to thank my fans as well, sir, for coming out and supporting.
Gavin Chatham home in second spot. Now we chat to the man that comes away victorious here tonight at the Kern County Raceway Park. It's the 5 machine of Isaac Salas. Isaac, congratulations. Well, you've broken the streak of Anthony Morano, who's won the last couple of weeks, but boy, I tell you what, you look pretty good on that 5 machine. How was that?
Yeah, that was a fun one, man. The track started to get a little bumpy there, so I made me a little nervous. I had some flashbacks of USA.
This track had a reset before you guys went out for heat race number 1. Do you think that sort of, I don't want to say hurt the track a little bit, because a lot of the time was spent up on the top side of the racetrack. Do you think if this was a 40 or 50 lap race at the bottom side, we're certainly going to come back in?
Well, we were within 4 laps of that bottom. To be honest with you, it was I think Gavin and probably Blake were starting to run it a little bit better than most of us could have. But yeah, man, that top it started to make your car tight kind of through the center of the corner, and yeah, that bottom would have a really good chance there in a couple laps.
Like that restart, we tend to go. You drove away from him. I think you almost got out to a second lead, and then there in the end, those last probably 3 or 4 laps, you actually cut that down to just shy of 4/10 of a second. Were you starting to get nervous? Were you looking at the relative at all, knowing that he was coming back after you?
I mean, you try not to, so it's something I was trying not to focus on, but you get kind of aware of when someone starts making a little bit of ground back up on you, for sure.
Well, Isaac, well done on the win here at the Kern County Raceway Park, the top-notch trucking 358 modified main event. Isaac, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 5 machine.
Yeah, big shout out to all those guys over at Venom Racing. Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, looked like a pretty awesome World Finals for the Super Dirt Car Series, so it's always cool to have them on board. Magnum Race Designs, Got Your Six Racing Network, RSN Trackside, Top Notch Trucking with my Gramps, Mission 22, everything that they do for our veterans. Thank you for the broadcast, Brett. It's always a pleasure to get to actually talk to you. And then, yeah, thanks to Coast to Coast, everyone that's here tonight. And, yeah, thanks to my friends, my family that are watching and supporting me. And thanks to our veterans.
All right, there we go. Isaac Sellish, your winner of the 358 modified. Thanks to Top Notch Trucking, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder. We're not done with just yet, so of course we will take a quick commercial break and come back with the RSN Trackside Big Block Modifieds to wrap up the second part and wrap up on Ultimate Dirt TV. But of course, the Thursday Night Thunder still going live. We'll have the NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars after the Big Block Modifieds. There's still plenty of action to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. So with that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside and be back in a few moments with your RSN Trackside Big Block Modifieds on the other side of this commercial break.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat. Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olson, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
And we are back here on Ultimate TV on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for what is your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Fall Season Week number 9 live from the Kern County Raceway Park. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call. We have now on the racetrack and ready to go with your RSN Trackside Big Block Modifieds here to wrap up on Ultimate Day TV, but still live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network will be after this one. The NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars traveling to Martinsville. And again, we are ready to go here at the Kern County Raceway. We've just seen the top-notch trucking 358 modified division complete, but now it is time for the RSN Trackside Big Block Modifieds. And well, a little bit of information about RSN Trackside. RSN Trackside is New York's home for local racing and NASCAR coverage. Season 5 with Marty and Kelvin returning this January on ROC Sports Network. If you want to have your business that wants to advertise in motorsports, send a message to the RSN Trackside Facebook page to learn the opportunities. Again, we are ready to go. Heat race number 1 here at the Kern County Raceway Park. William Richardson, the 29 machine, lines up on pole. The 39 of Patrick Spangle will start from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 63 car of Joseph Musso from 4. The 5 of Isaac Salas. From 5, the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. From 6, the 161 of Terry Landis. And from 7, with the 27 car of Sean Green lining up here. Now, we had 26 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight, which means 24 will make the main event. So we have 4 heat races. And what is going to be very key in this one is that the top 4 from the heat races will go on directly to the main event. 5th, 6th, and 7th will go through to the last chance qualifier, your consolation race. But we are ready to go racing here at the Kern County Raceway Park. Again, live high above the racetrack. You see 4 different racetracks there in the one shot. You've got the, down on the bottom left, you've got the asphalt track. On the middle, of course, you've got the dirt track and what we're on, and the mini dirt track, and then now to the top of the screen, you've got the dirt road track. Here we go, ready to go racing here off turn number 4. Patrick Spangler on the outside of the front row along with Joseph Musso. William Richardson didn't make the call. Here we go, RSN Trackside Big Block Modified Heat Racing action. We are underway. Musso's got the run. Look at the top 4. They're broken away from Landerson Green as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Spangler getting the car a little too sideways there. And Kurt Schatzer now. He will slide the 218 machine down to the inside on Spangler, wheel to wheel down the back straight away. Schatzer's got the advantage, but here comes Spangler. And Isaac Salas nowhere to go. Oh, Spangler got tight there. Maybe got spooked by the 5 machine of Isaac Salas, but he'll only lose 1 position. He won't lose a transfer spot at the moment. Reminder, top 4 will go through directly to the main event. Everybody else, 5th, 6th, and 7th will go on through to the last chance qualifier. You'll see 2, what should have been 2 7K heat races and 2 6K heat races, of course. We know William Richardson missed the call for this one. Now challenges up for the race lead. Schatzer in the 218 machine to the inside of Musso, the 63 car. It's going to be Musso still holding the race lead here at half race distance. Now here comes the 5 machine of Isaac Salas. Now look at the top 3. They're breaking away from 4th place driver Patrick Spangler. He's just got himself locked into a transfer position. Knows that he doesn't have to do anything silly at this stage. And again, the consolation race will take the top 8 from that one. And to make it up a 24-car field, Spangler watching Salas go to the top side down into turn number 3 and 4. Couple laps left to run. Still watching Schatzer and Salas. Battle it out for 2nd and 3rd position. Now 4th place Spangler going to throw his hat back into the mix here in the closing stages of the opening heat race of the RSN Trackside Big Block Modifieds. Musso's got 1 to run. Schatzer stood up there in front of 5 of Isaac Salas on the front straight away. Backstretch for the final time. Heat race number 1 about to be complete. Salas goes upstairs on Schatzer around the outside, and Salas looking to make a run. I think Salas got 2nd. Oh boy, that was close. It looks like he got him. Heat 1 results coming up on screen. RSN Trackside. Heat race number 1. Joseph Musso gets the win. Isaac Salas comes home 2nd. Kurt Schatzer 3rd. 4th, we'll go to Patrick Spangler. Will they see those drivers locked into the show? For Green, Landerson, Richardson, well, off to a consolation race they go. Heat number 2 will line up like this. Michael Vecchio in the 747 from pole. To the outside of the front row, the 11 of Kelly Wheeler from 2. From 3, the 7 of Bob DeGood. From 4, the 96 of Chris Alvey. from 5 to 79 of Dean Reynolds, from 6 to 1 of Zachary Bardsley, and from 7 to 4 of Scott Raomi. Chris Albert did not make the call, so it looks like we're going to see a 4 6-car heat races. Now, with that being said, we are still going to run a B main or a consolation race. I'll tell you why, because it gives these drivers an opportunity of William Richardson and Chris Albee, if they're having mechanical issues, if they're having some sort of issues, maybe it's with a wheel or pedals or a monitor, whatever it might be, it gives them an opportunity to potentially come back in and run that consolation race. We can go back to the 358 modifieds. We know Anthony Morano. He didn't take to the racetrack and heat racing competition. He had to start position number 23 in the main event and found himself in 10th position. So it can be done. But here we go. RSN Trackside Heat Race number 2, Big Block Modifieds, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder. And we are underway. Wheeler and Vecchia will lead the field down into turn number 1, off at turn number 2. Give it to Kelly Wheeler, and Vecchia slides up in front of Bardsley. Oh boy, Dean Reynolds. Little bit of a pinball machine was the 79 machine. Of course, we stay green. Reynolds coming after Scott Raomi for positions number 5. But right now, Bardsley in a transfer spot, as is Bob DeGood and Michael Vecchia. That's the 3 cars you see on screen, the 747, the 1 and the 7 machine. But I'll tell you what, Scott Raomi and Dean Reynolds, here they come up to Zachary Bardsley. That battle is on. Look at this, a 5-car battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position. The only car not to have a battle is your race leader, and Kelly Wheeler driving up into the sunset here at the Kern County Raceway Park. The good to the inside on Bardsley down the front straight away. Bardsley going to go back to position number 4. Meanwhile, Scott Raomi back to the outside of Dean Reynolds. Oh boy, look at this, 2 by 2 for 3, 4, 5 and 6 positions right now. Scott Raomi, Reynolds. Raomi tried to cut down on the front straightaway. Reynolds was to the inside. Bob DeGood, so poor old Dean Reynolds, he'll get stuck back there in the 6th spot on the racetrack. Off to a B main he goes, unless he happens to be the Stephen Bradbury. Bardsley to the top he goes, cut back down through the middle of the racetrack on the exit of turn number 2. But meanwhile, Kelly Wheeler coming to 2 to run for your race leader in the 11 machine. Michael Vecchia in the 747 machine usually runs the 007. Maybe a change of number and a change of pace, a change of luck for that 747 machine of Michael Vecchia. White flag is out, 1 to go. Bob DeGood in the final transfer spot. Oh, Bardsley smacked the concrete wall. Scott Raomi down to the inside. 3 wide off turn number 2. Oh, look at this battle for the final transfer spot into 3 and 4. Kelly Wheeler victorious. 2nd to go to Vecchia. 3rd, 4th and 5th is going to be Bardsley. DeGood will come over to transfer spot. Raomi and Dean Reynolds, unfortunately, those 2 drivers will be sent to a B main. There is your results. Wheeler, Vecchia, Bardsley and DeGood going to the show. Raomi, Reynolds and Albee off to the consolation. They go. Heat number 3, again 6 cars will take to the racetrack. Dylan Kinsey in the 83 to the pole position. And to the outside of the front row, the 397 of Alex Pomelo from position number 2. From position number 3 with the 18 car of Logan Wentz to the outside from 4. Goes that Full Throttle Motorsports number 32 machine of Anthony Morano. Then we go back to your 3rd and final row inside. He finished 3rd in the Top Notch Trucking 358 Modified main event. The 56 of Brandy Shrees will start from position number 5. And piloting the Dirt Track Bank, car number 31 machine of Brandon Templeton lines up out of position number 6. There you can see the 4 racetracks into the 1 purchase here on the iRacing.com service. I'm yet to go to any of the other Kern racetracks. It's only been the Dirt Oval. I'd love to see how the Kern Mini Oval goes as well. In fact, do you get 5 because do you get the asphalt and then the asphalt mini one? Or is it 3 tracks into 1? I'm pretty sure it's 4. And I know all about 4s because I know top 4 from this one will find themselves to a 30-lap main event. Who will those 4 drivers be? Which 2 drivers will be sent packing to the consolation race? Green flag is out. Kinsey once again with the front row start. Luck of the draw for Dylan Kinsey here tonight. and looking to get a second heat race win of the night. He picked up one in the 358 modified thanks to Top Notch Striking. Now looking to build in the big block modifieds thanks to RSN Trackside. Pomelo Morano to the outside. Morano went from 23rd to 10th in the 358 modified main events. He was the hard charger, picking up 13th position. Now he's found himself in third position. Brandon Templeton to the outside follows the 32 of Morano through 1 and 2, but Logan Wentz in the 18 car. He went from the bottom straight to the top into turn number 3 and 4. He does not want to give that outside lane up just yet because he knows that Brandon Templeton will take that one. Templeton had to back up on the binders there. Now here comes Morano trying to keep Pomelo down to the inside, and that can be big because if Logan Wentz and Brandon Templeton, if they stick close to the rear bumper of the 32 machine of Anthony Morano, all three cars may just set sail around the outside of the 397 machine of Alex Pomelo. Good thing for Pomelo right now is there's only 3 laps left to run, so he's only got to go 3 more times on the bottom side, and he's still in the runner-up position at the moment, but things can change very quickly, although Brandon Templeton, he nearly got into the left rear quarter panel there of Logan Wentz going down into turn number 1 there on the previous lap. Now Pomelo is going to get back. Oh, I thought he was going to get back to the top side of the racetrack, but he's still got on the bottom side. Wentz still got some company with Brandon Templeton as they come to the white flag. 1 lap left to go for Dylan Kinsey as the white flag flies looking for his second heat win of the night. He picked up one in the 358 modifieds thanks to Top Notch Trucking. Back straight away for the final time. The RSN Trackside heat race number 3. Winner will go to the 83 of Dylan Kinsey. They all migrated to the bottom side of turn number 4. Dylan Kinsey will get the win in the 3rd heat race of the night. Take a look at your results before we move forward to the final heat race. Dylan Kinsey, Anthony Morano, Alex Pomelo, Logan Wentz locked into the 30-lap main event. Brandon Templeton, Randy Shreves, well, off they go to the consolation race. 4th and final heat race of the night. We'll see them line up like this. Jesse Atkinson in the 127 machine to the pole position to the outside of the front row. The only man not to finish in the 358 modified main event was the 93 car, Jason Butterfield. He will line up at a position number 2. Position number 3 with the 28 car of Jeff Sharp and Jeffrey Barker in the 513 will line up for position number 4. Finished runner-up in the main event, the 99 of Gavin Chatham. He'll start from position number 5, and the 9 car of Brian Lawson will start from position number 6 here in the 4th and final heat race of the evening. For the RSN Trackside, Big Block Modified, the Steve King Foundation safety car has taken a right-hand turn. Back to the pits it goes. Back to the green flag we are about to see. Hello, Gary. Thanks for tuning in to Coast to Coast Racing Network and everybody live or watching on YouTube and across all the other social media pages as well. Heat number 4, Jesse Atkinson, Jason Butterfield, front row, final heat of the night. Who will be the final 4 to transfer directly into the show? Let's find out after 8 laps. Atkinson leads from Butterfield. Butterfield trying to come back in on the top side. Butterfield way upstairs. Boy, really getting that car sideways. Jeff Sharp had an opportunity, but Jesse Atkinson will lead lap number 1. Jeffrey Barker's in that all-important 4th and final transfer position. Oh boy, what's going on with the 99 car of Gavin Chatham? Did he go around all by himself? It looked like he may have, but it's too hard right now. We'd just be speculating, and well, there's no good speculating or assuming. We'll keep it simpleton for the simpletons like Dean Reynolds. Coming to 3 down, 5 to run. Atkinson leads Butterfield, Sharp and Barker. So it's the 4 J's out in front. Jesse, Jason, Jeff and Jeffrey. Oh, we can put it that way, or we can just go Atkinson, Butterfield, Sharp and Barker. Then you go back to Lawson and Chatham, who are in 2 spots that will not make the show directly from the heat racing competition. Sharp trying to close in that 28 machine on the back of the 93 car, Jason Butterfield. But I tell you what, you want to go on board? Let's take a lap on board. Ew, not that camera angle. There we go. There's a better shot on board. The 28 car of Sharp. Now he gets to the inside there on Butterfield as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. You see, just listen to how much throttle he is not using in the turns. How much he's off the throttle. Trying to keep that car pinned to the bottom side of the racetrack. Sharp and Butterfield wheel to wheel down the back straight away. Who's going to have it into turn number 3 off for turn number 4? Sharp and Butterfield. Sharp has got it at the line. Yes, he does. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Battle is on for second, third. As Jeffrey Barker watches these two guys work it out into turn number 3. Off for turn number 4. Butterfield back to the outside. Jesse Atkinson dominating performance in heat race number 4. Sharp and Butterfield. In fact, it'll be Butterfield and Sharp and Barker. We'll get the 4th and final transfer position. Official results coming up on screen. Jesse Atkinson, Jason Butterfield, Jeff Sharp, Jeffrey Barker, your top 4 for the likes of Lawson and Chatham. Off to the consolation they go. Speaking of consolation, up it comes. Your starting lineup will line up. Your starting lineup will look like this. Sean Green and Scott Ramey will make up the front row. Row number 2 will consist of Brandon Templeton and Brian Lawson. Row number 3 will see the likes of Terry Landis and Dean Reynolds. And what will be the 4th and final row will be Randy Shreves and Gavin Chatton. Now 8 cars. Now we were scheduled to have these 2 drivers of William Richardson and Chris Albee, but unfortunately they did not make the call. So it will put 8 cars, and yes, we are going to take the top 8. Why we do this? Well, might be simple to say, well, why can't all transfers? It's simple. 26 cars signed into the virtual pit area here at the Kern County Raceway Park, therefore sending us to a B main. We've seen the likes of Richardson and Albee not make the call for the heat race, so we think, well, surely we can do something about that. Surely RS can get that figured out. Well, no, it's real simple, because if they're having some sort of issues, it allows them to potentially come back in and potentially make the show. But seeing as though those 2 drivers are not now even in the server, unfortunately we do have to run the B main, which means just we get to see another 10 laps and we get to see some more great racing, as our consolation race is just basically and purely running for positions. Dean Reynolds goes 3 wide. Rayomi looking to lead lap number 1 here on the B main. Templeton now, Dean Reynolds to the outside of the 79 machine. Look out, Reynolds. Oh, Chatham got into the back of oh. Dean the Pinball Reynolds. Randy Shreves caught up, involved in that one. Nowhere to go for Dean Reynolds or Randy Shreves. So again, we stayed green, but like I said, it's not going to matter because all these drivers will transfer. Green in the 27 car, trying to come after Scott Rayomi in that 4 machine. Then you go back to the 9 car, Brian Lawson. There's your top 3 on screen. Now make it top 4 as Brandon Templeton throws his hat into the mix. Gavin Chatham in the 99 machine, looking to close in on the back of the 31 car. So we're seeing 2 of the 3 podium drivers from the top-notch trucking 358 modified main event happen to be in your RSM trackside consolation race, that being the 99 of Gavin Chatham, who finished runner-up, and Randy Shreves in the 56, who finished 3rd place on the podium, and now having to run the consolation race in the RSM trackside big block modified race. Rayomi still your race leader in car number 4. Then you go back to green in car number 27, still sitting back there into position number 2. Again, on screen, you're watching the 9 car, Brian Lawson in 3rd position through the middle of the racetrack. He'll slide it up to the concrete wall on the exit of turn number 4. Now here comes that dirt track bank, car number 31 car, Brandon Templeton to the inside of Lawson. He goes, and boy, I tell you what, he's got a run. He may have found something here on the bottom side. This is the final time these drivers get to run any racing lap before the main event. Of course, they'll have a warm-up session, and with that warm-up session, yes, they can go out onto the racetrack, but it's not going to matter because, well, this track is going to be a little bit different to what we see when it comes to the racing lines. When it comes to your 30-lap main event, it was all around the top side for the 358. Where will it be for the big block modified? We're coming to the white flag for Scott Rayomi in car number 4. We're watching the left front really hike up there as Brandon Templeton caught that inside burn. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for Scott Rayomi. I don't think anybody, he will not, no one else is going to have anything for him into turn number 3. About to make his way off turn number 4. Your B main winner, Scott Rayomi, gets the job done. Second, we'll go to Sean Green. Brandon Templeton home in position number 3. 4th, we'll go to Brian Lawson. Gavin Chatham will make up your top 5. We'll take a look at your official results. About to come up on screen. Randy Shreves, Dean Reynolds, and Terry Landis. Here is your RSN trackside B main / consolation race. Done and dusted. Of course, we know William Richardson and Chris Albee did not make the call. So, yes, we had to run that B main. All right, let's take an opportunity to take a quick commercial break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We'll come back with your RSN Trackside 30-lap main event here live from the Kern County Raceway.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Apologies about having to cut that one short, but we are ready for the main event here of the RSN Trackside Big Block Modifieds live from the Kern County Raceway, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder Fall Season, week number 9. Joseph Musso and Kelly Wheeler on the front row. Row number 2 will see Dylan Kinsey line up alongside Jesse Atkinson. Row 3 going to be Isaac Salas and Michael Vecchio. Row 4, Anthony Morano and Jason Butterfield. Row 5, Kurt Schatzer and Zachary Bardsley. Row 6, Alex Pomelo and Jeff Sharp. Row 7, Patrick Spangler and Bob DeGood. Row 8, Logan Wentz and Jeffrey Barker. Then we go to your B main drivers, your slash your consolation drivers. So row number 9, Scott Rayomi and Sean Green. Row number 10, Brandon Templeton and Brian Lawson. Row 11, Gavin Chatham and Randy Shrees. In the 12th and final row, Dean Reynolds and Terry Landis. Patrick Spangler missing the start of tonight's main event. So the 39 car missing the start of your 30-lap feature event here at the Kern County Raceway Park. It's time to go racing. I think you have 2, maybe 3 cautions. I think it was 3 cautions in the Top Notch Trucking 358 Modified main event. How many, if any, will we see in the RSN Trackside Big Block Modified main event live from the Kern County Raceway, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Who will visit victory lane? It's time to go racing. Let's get dirty for 30 off turn number 4. Joseph Musso and Kelly Wheeler will lead the field down into turn number 1. Oh, Kinsey, keep it going, he does. Jesse Atkinson quickly finding his way up to position number 2 using the outside of the racetrack. Lap number 1 is in the books. Poor Vecchio and Kinsey. They had a little coming together there in turn number 1 and 2. Salas and Butterfield working side by side. Then you go back just behind them. Parts into 1 and Anthony Morano. Your top 3 just starting to get clear of 4th on back as there's a 6-car pack running 2 by 2 by 2 down the back straight away. The ones to keep an eye on. Well, all 24 of these drivers going through the middle. Oh, it's Cobble, I think that is. Just heading right through the middle of Kurt Schatzer. In fact, no, it wasn't Schatzer. I think it may have been Morano. No, it was Pomelo in that 397. I was right when I said that the first time. I should have just stuck with the instinct as watching Butterfield and Salas Work side by side down into turn number 1. Salas using the inside line to his advantage. Butterfield getting a run now on the 5-car of Isaac Salas. So work to the top into turn number 3 and 4. Run on the top, run on the bottom. You've got some cars running right through the middle of the racetrack. Morano goes to the inside of Salas and Butterfield is Anthony Morano. He made it 3 wide. Almost trying to make it 3 wide again. Goes Morano to the inside. Not sure if Isaac Salas is just trying to hold off from going and using up those tyres because he may just be banking on a caution. Although just some mechanical issues just starting to plague the 5 machine that seems to be getting himself sorted right now. Morano coming back after Jason Butterfield again. There is Salas in that 5 machine. And you can still see that 5 machine just starting to have a few little issues creeping in here in the early stages of this main event. 7 make it 8 down. 22 to go. Still watching the 93 car. Butterfield sliding to the cushion in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. But again, that opens up the door for Anthony Morano, who's just using the inside line to his advantage in a much different racing line to what we've seen in the 358 modifiers. Oh, look out, Jason Butterfield again. Doing a nice job is Jason Butterfield sitting there in 7th position. Could go back to 9th because Isaac Salas and Brandon Templeton. Oh no! Jason Butterfield hard on the concrete wall. Will go yellow. Zachary Bardsley involved. We've seen that one happen. Boy, just got caught on the front stretch wall. As this for a shot ready, you're about to have a Jason Butterfield. Just like that. It all came unstuck for the 93 car of Jason Butterfield. So tough break for the 93 car, but he will go back to the pits, get a nice little quick repair done on that 93 machine. We'll see him tag up to the tail end of the field. We should see the lights go out on the safety car, the Steve King Foundation safety car. There it is, takes the right-hand turn into pit road, which will be 11 completed for the 11 machine of Kelly Wheeler leading this main event. Could we see an entire different podium in your RSN trackside big block modified main event? Well, we'll have to find out. In 19 laps around the Kern County Raceway, Kelly Wheeler back to the green we go. Jesse Atkinson on the outside of the front row. Again, leader has lane choice. Oh, Salas to the inside of Vecchia, and Templeton picks up 2 positions. Now all that Salas needs is for this race to stay green for 1 lap, and he should have those positions. But Brandon Templeton back to the outside. Oh boy, Big Temp really putting on a show. Templeton really showing these guys how to get it done on the top side of the racetrack. And well, Isaac Salas' eyes just lit up and said, okay, Brandon Templeton, you make the way, you carve the way, I'll tag up behind her, and let's go to the front together, 1 and 2. They work down through the first and second turn. We're just a lap and a bit away from half race distance. Kinsey now goes right through the middle. We are yellow. What will be 16 laps left to run? Ken Wheeler, hold on. Will Atkinson, Musso. Who will get the job done here in the RSN trackside big block modified main event? And again, time will tell. Here we go, coming back to green as we are back underway in the main event. Wheeler still leads. Oh boy, we are yellow. Just as we quickly went back to green, just like that, the yellow flag quickly coming back out onto the raceway. Good thing for Kelly Wheeler is that, well, Kelly doesn't have to do another lap because that freezes the lap, and once they go back to green, that lap will be in the books. Back to the green off turn number 4. Wheeler, single file restart. Halfway home here at this restart. On the restart of the restart, we're back to green. 15 down, 15 to go. Wheeler, Atkinson, Musso, that's your top 3. And then you go back to Kinsey and Morano, your top 5. Salas is to the top side. Oh, well, that last caution was in fact Brandon Templeton. Just noticing that one because Templeton is running right where Isaac Salas is. So shame we didn't get to look at that one. Again, they put another lap here into the main event. This distance of 30 laps. Dylan Kinsey trying to come after the final spot on the podium. Boy, Isaac Salas drifting away after the concrete wall in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Morano down to the inside into turn number 3, off at turn number 4. Morano sticks to the bottom side, line gets through. I'm not sure who had 4th at the line, whether it was Morano or whether it was Kinsey. The only way to find out is if we wanted to go yellow to see who would get the spot. Although now Isaac Salas is going to make this a 3-way dance for positions 4, 5 and 6. Morano's definitely got it here at the start-finish line with 11 to run. Salas had to check up not to get into the back of the 83 car of Dylan Kinsey, who is still holding on to a top 5 position at the moment. That could all change very quickly if the 5 machine of Isaac Salas has anything to say about this one. Alex Pomelo, Michael Vecchio working side by side through 1 and 2. Gavin Chatham back there in position number 10 in the number 99 machine. Remember, Chatham had to come one of the drivers, one of 8 drivers to come from the consolation race. Salas working to the outside of the racetrack, and here he goes, finding something up there, and he's found it. And now Morano's going to go up there as well. Top 3 run the bottom side. This could be dangerous, especially if this race stays green. Because the likes of Morano and Salas, you know they've got the speed to get the job done. But right now, getting the job done is the 11 car of Kelly Wheeler and Jesse Atkinson in the 127 machine. He closes in right now on Wheeler as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. 3/10 of a second, it closes just under 3/10 of a second. Atkinson nearly run up to the rear bumper of that 11 machine, and that battle for the race lead is really starting to heat up with 6 laps left to run. Musso as well closing in on the back of the 127 to make this a 3-way dance for the race lead. Atkinson trying to search for a different line that is going to be quicker than the 11 machine. And well, he's gone a lane higher, goes Jesse Atkinson. Atkinson right through the middle, but Wheeler still got on the bottom side of the racetrack and now pulls alongside him down into turn number 3. Coming to 4 to run, Wheeler and Atkinson. I think Atkinson may have led that one. Again, 3 wide for the race lead. Musso now going to make it a 3-way battle for that number 1 and 2 position. 1, 2 and 3. Oh, who's it going to be? Morano. Now Morano going to make this a 4-way dance for the top 3 spots. Musso, Wheeler, still side by side for that 2nd and 3rd spot with 2.5 to go. Morano finds himself still on the outside looking into the podium position, but Jesse Atkinson with 2 laps left to run. Atkinson has been very, very patient all throughout the course of what has been this 27-28 lap main event so far. Make it 29 because we come to the white flag and Jesse Atkinson finds himself one more lap around the Kern County Raceway, looking to be your first ever RSN Trackside Big Block Modified main event winner. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, off for turn number 4. Give it up for the 127 car of Jesse Atkinson. Second will go to Kelly Wheeler. Joseph Musso will come home third. And I'm sure a very, very relieved 127 car of Jesse Atkinson getting the job done here tonight at the Kern County Raceway Park. What a main event finish that was. And what a battle in those last 5, 6, 7 laps between Atkinson, Wheeler, Musso, and even Morano. Let's take a look at your main event results coming up on screen. Jesse Atkinson is your RSN Trackside A main event winner over Kelly Wheeler, home in second spot. Third place will go to Joseph Musso. Anthony Morano, Isaac Salas will come home in positions number 4 and 5. 6 will go to Dylan Kinsey, Alex Pomelo in 7th. 8 to be Kurt Schatzer. 9th is Gavin Chatham. Rounding out your top 10 will be Michael Vecchio. Over the page we go. 11th is Sean Green. Jeffrey Barker in 12th. Bob DeGood in 13th. Jason Butterfield 14th. Dean Reynolds in 15th. Jeff Sharp in 16th. Scott Rayomi in 17th. Zachary Bardsley 18th. Brian Lawson 19th. Randy Strees rounds out the top 20. Terry Landis in 21st position. Brandon Templeton 5 laps down in 22nd. And the last car that took to the racetrack in this 30-lap main event, Patrick Spangler and Logan Wentz, did not make the call. So those drivers will finish 23rd and 24th respectively. Let's go trackside. And let's go down to Victory Lane and chat to your top 3. We'll start with third place driver of Joseph Musso. And driving the 63 machine, the Fast Eddie's entry is Joseph. Joseph, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight. And boy, I got to say, those last 10 laps certainly got interesting towards the front of the field.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It definitely got a little spicy. I figured out some lines. Jesse was figuring out that high side pretty good. And I was just rolling around the bottom just trying to protect because I knew Anthony was coming. And I wasn't trying to spin out or hit somebody. So when that got 3 wide for a lap there, I was like, maybe I can win this thing, but it didn't come to fruition there. But overall, pretty happy with this third.
Totally different racetrack or racing line, I should say, from what we've seen in the 358s compared to the big blocks. A lot of guys migrating to the bottom side early on. There was a few drivers that were making the top side work, but Jesse found that middle side right there at the very end and turned out to be the race-winning move. Were you just sort of content just there on running the bottom side for that 30-lap distance?
Yeah, I wasn't going to try to experiment with anything, especially after I decided to show the whole field my left side on that first lap. So I wasn't trying to wreck myself or wreck anybody else, and definitely didn't want to lose a podium for trying to experiment. So I was just rolling the bottom and seeing what I could do there. It kind of got faster there at the end, but Jesse's middle line was just too fast to do anything.
Joseph Ward on this third place here at the Kern County Raceway in your RSN Trackside Big Block Modified main event. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved in this 63 team.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Fast Eddie's Hot Rods, Main Street Auto, all my GKM teammates, Jake, John, Eddie, and Cody. They're probably the best you can get around here. You for an amazing broadcast, and Coast to Coast for a great league.
Joseph Ward on the third place. We'll see you back next week, buddy.
Thank you.
Joseph Musso home in position number 3. Will continue on through the field and leading probably about 24, 25 laps with the 11 car of Kelly Wheeler. Kelly will come home in the runner-up position. Kelly, congratulations on this second place finish, and probably one that got away from there in the end. But boy, I tell you what, that was an impressive 25 laps up out in front.
Yeah, I had fun. I was surprised myself by staying up there.
How nervous were you getting as the lap started to wind down there? Especially when we're inside of 10 laps. How nervous do you get when you're just down in front, knowing that you got guys behind you that want to take that top spot away from you?
Well, it gets to be nerve-wracking sometimes, especially when you're not used to running up front.
Started on pole of this 30-lap main event. What was your game plan for this one coming into this main event?
Just to stay up front and make all the laps and stay out of trouble.
Well, congratulations on this runner-up finish. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 11 machine.
I want to thank DNS Remodeling and Siding, Ingersoll Rand Incorporated. I still got to thank Verano Racing for what all they've done, and Homeland's mom for what he does. And I want to thank y'all for putting this on, doing the broadcasting.
Hell of a job in second spot. Well done.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it very much. And I got to thank my wife, too, for letting me do this.
There you go. Always important to thank the wife. Well done. We'll see you back next week.
Sure will.
Kelly Wheeler home in second spot. Home in first place tonight, piling the 127 car of Jesse Atkinson. Jesse, congratulations on this first place finish here tonight. And boy, I tell you what, you left that one right to the very death, and I think you lead about 4, maybe 5 laps. But you made that middle side work. You must be happy with this result.
Oh yeah, I I definitely am. I saw the session up like just a couple minutes right before. I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and join it. I never really raced these cars to begin with, let alone this track. So it's kind of a miracle that I was up there at the front. And yeah, just I was sitting behind him, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make a move because this is notorious for being a like a 1-lane track. And then just kind of sent in there, or I got a big run off of 2, sent it into 3, and somehow made that outside move work. That was I kind of laughed at myself on that one. I don't know how I made that happen.
Once you made that pass to the race lead, like I said, there was less than a handful of laps to go. What goes through your mind, and especially coming to the white flag?
Not much, if I'm being honest. Just just laughing to myself the whole way through corner 4. Like, just don't know how I did it.
Jesse, well done on the win here tonight at the Kern County Raceway in your RSN Trackside Big Block Modified main event. Before we let you go, any sponsors, any shout-outs that you want to give?
Yeah, I gotta thank Adria Esports as always, for Cloak Media. Gotta thank my dad for watching, my girlfriend for watching. I just kind of told them last night, like, hey, I'm racing this, and they're like, okay. So it's nice to have them on here. Gotta thank myself as always for keeping the car in one piece, getting to the finish line, and thank Coast to Coast for putting on these races. All the admins do all the hard work, and obviously you guys for putting on this broadcast. I'm sure this can be a good one to watch back.
Certainly was, Jesse. Well done on the win, and hopefully we'll see you back next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Jesse Atkinson home in first place in your RSN Trackside Big Block Modified main event. Well, the dirt side is done. We bring in Travis Pearsfield. Travis, NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars headed to Martinsville. The Paperclip. How you feeling?
Feeling good. It should be exciting. The Paperclip, as you mentioned, 100 laps around here, so they'll be beating and banging, I'm sure, from start to finish. But we will have that next-gen coverage coming up here next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
All right, with that being said, myself and Ultimate Dirt TV, we are going to split on out of here. It's a 7:10 split. It's time for us to leave the Kern County Raceway. Don't forget, as Travis just said, still live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, the NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars going to Martinsville Speedway for 100 laps. But for myself and Ultimate Dirt TV, we say farewell and good night. Congratulations to our main event winners of Jesse Atkinson and Isaac Salas. And the NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars up on the other side of this commercial break.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network as we are here at Martinsville for our NASCAR Next Gen Series. As we are here on this half-mile paperclip, which will be sure to make an entertaining evening as you see hot laps out on the track for the series. As they will move on to qualifying session here in a moment. So as always, we'll get started. We'll take a look at that point standings coming into tonight. As it is Cody Graham, your points leader after 7 races. He's up over Joseph Massau, Terry Landis, Colin Johnston, Roland Olson. As we continue on with their season here at Martinsville, just over the state line there north of North Carolina into the Commonwealth state of Virginia. As it is week number 9 coming to a close here tonight from Martinsville. Of course, racing will be back for Extreme E-Speed TV Sunday Night Showdown. We will have the Salty Dogs Racing Team Extreme E-Speed TV, the Salty Dogs Racing Team Midget and the Extreme E-Speed TV Pro Late Model divisions on Sunday night. As we've got 13 cars currently here out on the track. We'll take a look at those hot lap times. As of now, Cody Graham the fastest, so our points leader, setting the pace here during warm-up session. As we're up to 13 cars here in this session. Cars are out onto the track. Cody Graham had a good run going at Homestead last week. Till actually led 4 laps, but then ended up finishing in 13th spot. As it was Jacob Massau coming away with the win at Homestead, Miami. He's currently 4th fastest in that 61 machine. He comes in here tonight with 5 straight top 10 finishes, including 2 wins and 4 top 3 podium finishes. So a good fall season here for the 61 of Jacob Massau thus far. And with that, it looks like we will move on to our qualifying session here at Martinsville Speedway here for our Next Gen Series. So we'll watch as Jacob Massau makes his way out onto the track here for qualifying. Now, of course, 100 laps here tonight will make up this event. Plenty of time for plenty of action. Of course, you have that curb down to the inside. That can cause some troubles. And then coming off of turn number 2, it squares up pretty quickly there. Jacob Butcher there is the first one with a time down. As we talked about, Jacob Massa, a good fall season, he'll jump to the top of the charts. Terry Landis out on the track, getting his lap in. Also in that one is Joe Canellis. Jacob Massow still holding on. You got 61, 63, 62. All of Massow's up at the top of the charts. As Jacob pulls into the pits after his timed laps. Landis will break up the Massow party up top. Still Jacob. You got John Krupa, Andrew Cuppersmith, Cody Graham, Kyle Moonen. The remaining cars with laps available to them. Joe Canellis will jump up to 7th fastest. There's our points leader, Cody Graham, now out there on the track. Andrew Cuppersmith is 11th fastest after his timed lap, as Cody Graham will finish his first timed lap. And he will just beat out Jacob Massow for the pole position there, as now he's got another lap to finish. And Kyle Moonen now will move out onto the track in his Hardee's number 24. Graham will improve slightly, so he'll have a 19.67 as the final driver able to beat him out on the track now in that 24. Moonen will come out of turn number 4 for his first lap. 5th fastest, a 15.98 for Kyle Moonen. And the final time lap will be will not improve. So Kyle Moonen will end up 5th fastest. Cody Graham will be your quick time here at Martinsville. And he will start on the pole for tonight's NASCAR Next Gen Series. So with that, our qualifying session will come to a close. Cody Graham, Jacob Massow will set the field and take us to green. With that, they'll get lined up out on that front stretch here at Martinsville. As we get ready to go, let's take a look at that starting lineup. Row number 1 is going to be Cody Graham alongside Jacob Massow. Row number 2, it's Terry Landis next to Joseph Massow. Starting 5th, Kyle Moonen next to Eddie Massow Jr. 7th, Preston Kramer alongside Colin Johnson. Rounding out the top 10, it's Joe Canellis and Jacob Butcher. Starting 11th, it's Jeffrey Kempa alongside John Krupa. And rounding out the field in 13th will be that 45 of Andrew Cuppersmith. So Jacob Massau, Cody Graham will line us up here on the front stretch, waiting for about 3 drivers still to hit the track. That outside line is going to look quite familiar with that 61, 63, and 62. Of course, their other teammate back there in the 12th starting spot of John Krupa. As we're waiting on the pole sitter, Cody Graham. Once he gets there, our Stephen King Foundation pace car will start making pace laps. And we will get ready to go green here at Martinsville. So we will get ready to go one more time around 100 laps here, as we will get that Lucy Olson green flag to kick off our racing action here from Martinsville. Down the back stretch we go. They make their way through 3 and 4 for the final time here. Crowd is on their feet. And our NASCAR Next Gen Series is green from Martinsville. They'll head off into turn number 1 for the first time. Cody Graham will clear Massau. Massau will fall down in line behind him. You see 2 wide back there with Moonen and Massau in the 62. See Terry Landis there in front of Kyle Moonen. Moonen will look to the inside of him as they go through 1 and 2. Good move by Moonen there as he will go around the 161. Landis holding strong in that outside line. He'll lose that ground, and now he's into the wall at the exit of turn number 4. That will bring out the caution. Also, it looks like Colin Johnston was involved in something towards the rear. So lap number 3, our first caution comes out as it's Cody Graham out front. So lap number 3, the first caution of the night, will come out. Colin Johnson will go to the rear, so he'll restart in the 13th spot. As you see, Colin Johnson will make his way to pit road. Caution may have saved Landis from losing another couple positions. He had got moved to the outside as Moonen went underneath him. He got into the wall at the exit of turn number 4. And Joseph and Eddie Massau were about to pounce on him next, but the caution flag waved. So the Stephen King Foundation pace car is back out. As we now work lap number 5 here under caution. Flip over to number 6 here this time by. As the lights go off that Stephen King Foundation pace car, and we'll go back to green on lap number 7. Out of turn number 4, green flag waves, and we're back to racing action, and that 24 is on the move already here as we head off into turn number 1. As he'll look to the inside of Jacob Massau, he'll clear him by the exit of turn number 2, and now he'll set his sights on Cody Graham up ahead. So that 24 of Kyle Moonen strong here early, already up 3 spots from 5th to 2nd, as now he's all over the bumper of that 2 Cody Graham through 1 and 2. Oh, and Moonen will go around. He's into the inside wall at the exit of turn number 4. So we talked about how he was on the move. And with that, the caution flag will wave for the second time here on lap number 8. So now it'll be Graham, Massau, teammates 1 through 3. So a dozen laps down. It's been Cody Graham out front for all of them thus far. As they'll get lined back up, double file here to go back to green on what will be lap number 14. Now we'll see if that 24, who was fast, see if he can make his way back up through the field. Still plenty of laps, 87 laps to go here at Martinsville. Green flag will wave this time by. Cody Graham leads us back off into turn number 1. Jacob Massau able to get down in front of Joseph. As the GKM Racing team mates will start to pull away out front. Preston Kramer's now moved past Terry Landis up into the 4th position. See Joe Canellis, he's got Eddie Massau Jr. to his inside. He's able to clear him. There's a little bump from Canellis into the Landis there as they headed off into turn number 1 as we're here on lap number 15. Butcher trying to make a move on Eddie Massau. It'll backfire on him as now Kemper, Moonen, and now Colin Johnson will take a peek. Won't be able to make it happen. Here's Moonen now to the inside of Kemper. As we mentioned, Moonen was... Oh, and around goes Moonen. Butcher involved as well. And the caution flag will wave. So we were riding with Moonen as he went around. As the caution flag waves for the 3rd time here on lap number 18. So we'll get lined back up. It's still Graham out front. Jacob Massau, Joseph Massau. They get lined back up 2 by 2. Out of turn number 4. Green flag waves and we are back to racing action. Caution flag will wave. It looks like John Krupa involved this time on lap number 23. They're at the exit of turn number 4 again. A treacherous turn number 4 here so far. As we're about a quarter of the way through this one, Cody Graham continues to lead. So we'll get lined back up. 13 cars. John Krupa is still out in the pit area. They're now exiting pits just in front of the pace car. 4 cautions here as we work lap number 27. Cody Graham has led all the laps thus far. So they'll get lined up 2 by 2 behind that Stephen King Foundation pace car. Cody Graham, Jacob Massau. This is just how they started 28 laps ago here at the start of this one, as they'll make their way through 3 and 4. Green flag will wave. Joseph Massau not doing Jacob any favors there, not letting him down there, at least up through 1 and 2, as now Jacob's able to get down to that inside. Joe Canellis out wide there. Right down in front of Moonen there at the exit of turn number 4. As we're now 30 laps into this one. And now the caution flag will wave. It looks like Colin Johnston again. He's around over at the exit of turn number 2. And now on lap 32, it's our 5th caution of the night. And still with these cautions, no one's been able to get a run on Cody Graham. We get lined back up, nose to tail here. Lights should go off this time by, hopefully. There they go. We'll get lined back up, ready to go. As there goes that Stephen King Foundation pace car. Another Mission 22 restart here at Martinsville. Green flag waves. Lap number 36 is underway. Still Cody Graham. Jacob Massau trying to track him down. Good run there off of turn number 2. He was able to stick with that number 2. You can see Jacob enters the corner a little bit higher. Kyle Moonen up to the 7th spot, so we talked about him earlier, a fast car, see how far he can make it up. Now up to 6, as he still has 2/3 of this race remaining. Is now Jacob Massau stalking his teammate for the lead. On the 6 caution waves, it looks like Joe Canellis caught up in this one. He's already back in the pits here on lap number 39. And now we cross the 40 lap mark and we are still Cody Graham the leader. So Cody Graham leads, Jacob Massau in 2nd, Preston Kramer in 3rd, Joseph Massau in the 4th spot. Terry Landis in 5th, Kyle Moon in 6th, Jeffrey Kemper 7th, Eddie Massau Jr. in 8th, 9th Jacob Butcher, Andrew Cuppersmith in 10th. Running out the field, it's Colin Johnson in 11th, John Krupa in 12th, and Joe Canellis in the 3rd spot, or 13th spot. So lined up 2 by 2 as we get ready to go back to green. Green flag waves at Martinsville. Lap 44 is underway. Cody Graham continues to lead. Massau trying to track him down. The front 3 break away just as they have already. So Cody Graham leads on lap number 48. Jacob Mossau in second. Preston Kramer third. They've really broken away from the rest of the group now. So now we've got the halfway mark, 50, and the caution flag waves. It looks like it's for Jeffrey Kemper, as he's around over there in turn number 4. So our 7th caution of the night here on lap number 50. See if anyone pits at this point. Obviously at the halfway mark, you pit now, you're able to make it the rest of the way. And it does look like some guys will make their way down there. There's Landis, as he is the only one at this point. So no one makes their way to pit road this time by either, so could be waiting. I'm sure they're expecting possibly more cautions to happen during the next 47 laps. So the light should go off this time by. Green flag waves and we're back to racing action. Cody Graham continues to lead. Kyle Moonen now moves up into the 3rd spot, so we knew he was going to make his way back up there. As you can see, single file here, working lap number 58 now. Cody Graham. Leads there. Jacob Massau not letting him get out of sight. Actually picks up some ground there. Great entry to turn number 1 for the 61 of Massau. See his exit's a little bit higher than Graham. Gives back up all that he's made up. So now up to 63 here. Kyle Moonen up into that 3rd spot. We continue to watch Cody Graham lead Jacob Massau. Now Preston Kramer trying to track down Kyle Moonen. That's a battle for 3rd. This group of 3 cars here, that's from 3rd on back. Cody Graham still has about half a second now on Jacob Massau. So Cody Graham leading here, lap number 69. Massau 2nd, Moonen 3rd, Kramer 4th. Eddie Massau Jr. in the 5th spot. Longest green flag run of the night here, as Cody Graham has led all 69 laps up to this point. Jacob Massau still trying to track him down. You can see the gap all the way back to Kyle Moonen. It's about 3 seconds from the leader. With only 13 cars, only 12 on the lead lap. Lap traffic will also take some time if it becomes an issue at all. You can see John Krupa just up there, about a straightaway ahead of the leader. As we cross the line, working lap number 72. Massau Jr. now looking to the inside of that 07 of Preston Kramer. He'll be able to clear him off the exit at turn number 2. Now it's Eddie Massau trying to track down that Kyle Moonen machine up ahead. As we work lap number 74. It's still Cody Graham, and now after I mentioned that lap cars shouldn't be an issue, he's all over the back of his teammate, the John Krupa machine. Krupa moves to the inside. Cody Graham moves by. Now Jacob Mahasau, not the best spot on the track to catch a cut lap car, but he will. And he gets by cleanly as well, as he's able to cut that gap down to about 0.3 of a second here, as we've got 25 laps to go. So 25 to go here. Now Jacob Mahasau all over the back of Cody Graham. See if he's able to make a move. You see the brakes lit up on both those cars as Jacob Mahasau falls in line. 24 laps to go now, and he's going to have an opportunity on his teammate as he'll cross over Cody at the exit of turn number 2, get under him down the backstretch. They'll be side by side heading off into turn number 3. Teammates, so expect them to race very cleanly here. As Graham's able to hold him off still. 23 laps to go now as Jacob's going to have to fall back in line. Ooh, he gets in hot. Graham does into turn number 1. Jacob able to get to his left corner, but not to his inside. As Cody Graham really overdriving the car in the entrance of turn number 1 the last 2 laps. He corrects himself much better that time with 22 laps to go. Under 20 laps to go, Jacob Mahasau still trying to make a move. Cody Graham still leading. Jacob Mahasau all over the back of him, still not letting up. You can see that is Jeffrey Kemper up ahead. He's about a straightaway ahead at this point with now what will be 16 laps to go. Jacob Mahasau will fall back a little bit there, back to 0.3 of a second behind Graham. Loses some more ground there at the exit of turn number 4. Now, ooh, and there, see, there's Graham, comes in a little bit higher there in turns number 1 and 2. That allows Mahasau to close up that gap down to 0.2 of a second down the backstretch. Little game of cat and mouse between these two Ford Mustangs out front. Now Jacob Mahasau is back to the bumper of the 2 at the start-finish line. Graham will smoke the tires again on the entrance. Oh, and the caution flag waves. Kyle Moonen involved. He had made his way back up into the top 3. John Krupa there involved. And now with 14 laps to go, the caution flag will wave. Longest green flag run of the night, 33 laps we just went there. And still to this point, Cody Graham's been our only leader here. He's led all 87 laps. So we'll have less than 10 laps to go when this goes back to green for another Mission 22 restart. As the front three have yet to pit tonight, along with Joseph Massau in the 5th spot. It's Terry Landis, Preston Kramer, John Krupa, Kyle Moon, and Joe Canellis all on pit road currently. John Krupa is 1 lap down, Kyle Moonen 2 laps down, Joe Canellis 5 laps down. It will be about 8 laps to go when we go back to green. So 2 by 2 they are. 8 laps to go. Cody Graham, Jacob Massau, row number 1, Eddie Massau and Colin Johnson, row number 2. Cody Graham will mash the gas. 8 laps to go here at Martinsville. Jacob Massau trying to make a hole there. He will get down. Eddie Massau goes around. Colin Johnson will hold on to that 3rd position. Jacob Massau now trying to go. He'll give his teammate a bump in the middle of 3 and 4. They'll come out of turn number 4, nose to tail. 7 laps to go now here at Martinsville. This is turned into a... Oh, and the caution flag waves. Looks like Joe Canellis, John Krupa, back of the pack, go around. We will line them back up, get ready to go back to racing action with what will be under 5 laps to go. And at this point, it could be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. So down to 3 laps to go here, still under caution behind that Stephen King Foundation pace car. So the lights go off the Stephen King Foundation pace car. Looks like it will be a double file restart. We'll go back to green on lap number 99. For our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Out of turn number 4, green flag waves. Good start for Eddie Massow Jr. He'll move to the inside of Jacob Massow through 1 and 2. Cody Graham's able to pull away. He likes this side-by-side action behind him as Jacob Massow battles back and takes over the second spot. They'll go through 3 and 4. Treacherous turn number 4 tonight. As the white flag waves, so this one will end this time by Jacob Massow trying to track down Cody Graham up ahead. Down the backstretch for the final time. Ooh, Butcher into the wall. Now into the inside wall. As the checkered flag will wave, and it will be the 2. Our points leader, Cody Graham, will win at Martinsville. Jacob Massow 2nd. Eddie Massow Jr. in 3rd. Joseph Massow 4th. In 5th will be Preston Kramer. And just like that, this one comes to an end. 101 laps. And all 101 laps led by Cody Graham. As they get parked on the front stretch here at Martinsville. We will interview the top 3 podium drivers as they are available. As it looks like we will start with our 3rd place finisher. It's the 62 of Eddie Massow. Eddie, you rode there really between 3rd and 7th all night long. Kind of walk us through your night here at Martinsville.
Yeah, I really didn't have a lot of practice, so I was just out there just to be here, you know, have a chance to race tonight. And then since I was able to get 50 laps in, I sort of got in a groove. I think I threw Preston and Moonen. Sort of made contact with Moonen. I think we were just at different points of our throttle, and before you know it, with all the late race cautions, I was up in 3rd, and then I was just trying to do damage control, make sure I didn't take out either Jake or Cody. So pretty pumped with a 3rd. Can't complain.
That last restart, we saw you lining up in row number 2 there, and all of a sudden you were battling Jacob for 2nd there. That last 3-lap run. What were you trying to do there that last restart, and what were you trying to gain, if anything?
I wasn't trying to take him out. And I wasn't trying to ruin my 3rd still. I got him on the start, but he powered on the outside of me, I think, at one of the turns. So after that, I was pretty much doing damage control, make sure I kept the 3rd and no one else got around me. Just made the finish.
Well, great run tonight. You come home with a 3rd place finish. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, Fast Eddie's, you know, GKM, Mooser Racing. Appreciate you guys doing the broadcast. I love rewatching them, and thanks for the league.
Well, congratulations, Eddie. We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks. Take care.
That's Eddie Masso, our third place finisher tonight. Now joining us, our second place finisher. It's the 61 of Jacob Masso. Jacob, you rode in that second position a majority of the night behind Cody there. Was it just kind of conserving throughout the race, or at any point did you really have an advantage over that 2 machine?
I felt like later in this, I don't know, after what caution, there's like 6 of them. I had a pretty good speed where I caught him on the green flag run. I definitely had my car came in towards the later time of the run there, and I just didn't have any short run speed. But yeah, I was just having troubles with the braking and had to check out the corners a lot more. But yeah, I thought I could get him there on that green flag run. I got to his inside a couple times, but didn't want to run up the track and take him out, and nothing like that. So I just took it easy, and unfortunately, we just kept getting cautions, so it kind of hurt me, and I couldn't get a good restart on the outside.
It looked like you had a different line through 1 and 2 than him. Was that your driving style, or was that just where your car wanted to go?
It's just my line at Martinsville. I run that line in every car, and usually it works, but not tonight. The car was just very tight. Couldn't get the front end to turn like I wanted to. But other than that, it was just the same line everywhere.
And then that last restart there, the green-white checkered, what was your intentions there at the start before Eddie came in and made you have to battle him off before going after Cody?
Yeah, I don't know. I will have to go back and watch it, but I felt like I had to speed up in the middle of the corner, and then I sped up, and I'm on a single monitor, so I couldn't see out my left window, and it was hard to keep pace on the outside and like keep at the same speed as him. And I thought he went, but I guess he didn't, so I stepped on my, I spun the tires there and then just couldn't get going.
Well, a great run tonight. You come home second. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, GKM Racing, Fast Edge Hot Rods, Main Street Auto, and you for a great broadcast, and Coast to Coast for a great league.
Great run, Jacob. We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you.
That's Jacob Masso, your second place finisher tonight. And now your points leader coming into tonight, and your winner here tonight, it's Cody Graham. Cody, 101 laps up, 101 laps led by you. Pretty easy to go around there at Martinsville tonight.
I mean, it's pretty easy when 75 of them are yellow. But yeah, that the car was really fast, like short race pace, and even like maybe a little short to intermediate. But that one real long green flag stretch we had, I'm not sure what. I know obviously like brake fade and whatnot, but it started to get real bad towards right before we got that yellow to stop it. It was just the front end was chattering across the track, and I could barely even touch the pedal without the fronts locking up and just skipping all over. And I dialed all the brake I could straight to the rear, and it didn't even help any. So I probably would have been in trouble if we didn't get that yellow flag and let the tires and the brakes cool down. But yeah, she was quick for about a good 25 or so. But anything over that, it's probably just my driving style and overcooking everything.
Well, as you mentioned, there was that run. Jacob had that long green flag run, especially in 1 and 2. It seemed like he had a little bit more speed than you through that corner. Is that something you could sense in the car, or are you just trying to kit your laps and make time?
I mean, for the most part, I was in rear view mirror driving. I was just listening to my spotter, and as soon you can hear too. When cars get to your quarter, you can hear because there's extra noise. And 1 and 2 was, especially on the entry into 1, that's where it was starting to skip the most and locking up. So I knew like if I was gonna lose anything, it was gonna be there because I couldn't get the car either A to slow down or B to turn at all. It's just luckily this is a short track and it's narrow, so just even if you're slower than the guy behind you, it's really hard to pass. And if it would have been say a mile and a half track, people that are faster, they'd blow right by you in about a lap or two. But here it's a little easier to hang on to it when the car's not great.
Well, another great run, another win here in the Next Gen Series. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, just my GKM teammates for racing with me, and then you for picking up this broadcast, and then Roger and everyone for putting on the league.
Well, great run, Cody. We look forward to talking to you again next week.
All right, thank you.
That's Cody Graham, your winner here tonight from Martinsville. And with that, our Thursday Night Thunder comes to a close as we will wrap up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We will be back or I will be back next week for the Next Gen Series on Thursday Night Thunder following Brett's coverage of the dirt racing. As always, we appreciate you coming and watching here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We will see you at a racetrack soon.
This copyrighted broadcast of Extreme eSpeed TV Network is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without express written consent of the Extreme eSpeed TV Network is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast.